RBS was founded in 1727 and deals with international and financial services. Their headquarters are in Edinburgh. RBS now has 30 million customers in Europe, UK, Middle East, the Americas and Asia. Tonight we'll be talking to Amber, an independent researcher for the Financial Times.
The five forces include new entrants, bargaining powers of buyers, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of suppliers and industry competitors. How do these affect RBS in relation to globalisation?
Well, first, the potential new entrants. The level of threat of potential new entrants is limited for RBS. There are many complex barriers to entry in the banking world, and new banks do not just pop up overnight. RBS was founded in 1727 and has 700 branches in the UK, so even if a new entrant entered the market, it would be extremely difficult for them to compete with the huge force that is RBS.
Bargaining power of buyers?
The level of threat of bargaining powers of buyers, customers, is fairly high for RBS. Customers are constantly seeking lower prices or a higher quality service at constant prices. People have a lot of choice when it comes to investing, saving and borrowing money. There is a lot of buyer power in the banking industry. Customers have less money to save because of the recession, meaning RBS needs to offer the best possible interest rate as an incentive for banking with them. There is also the threat of substitutes, which is fairly low for RBS. There is no real substitute for a bank. There are many competing banks, but they still offer the same service as RBS. They are not a substitute service. However, some people may wish to look after their money themselves or to save money in offshore accounts. This is not overly common though, which is why the level of threat of substitutes is fairly low.
Can you talk about bargaining power of suppliers now?
Yes, the level of threat of bargaining powers of suppliers is irrelevant for RBS, as they offer a service, not a product.
And the threat of industry competitors?
The intensity of rivalry amongst competitors is extremely high for RBS. There are many firms in the banking industry, but none are particularly dominant. The service offered by banks is fairly similar, so customers can easily change to other service providers. With 700 branches and 141,000 employees worldwide, fixed costs are high for RBS, which means they need to use their staff to full capacity and offer customers the best possible service to ensure they don't bank elsewhere.
Thanks. And now talking more generally, can you talk about the strengths and weaknesses in relation to globalisation that RBS has to deal with?
The strengths of globalisation are that it allows the company to spread the risk of an economic downfall throughout the world and not just rely on their assets in the UK.
Some might think this is a negative. Does the whole world really want that responsibility?
As a company, it will help them. If one country does have an economical downfall, money from elsewhere is available to help them out.
Now this is a big risk that RBS are taking, especially after their bailout.
Yes, I definitely agree with that, and that leads me on to the weaknesses. Yes, they did have a large bailout fairly recently and have received bad press about bonuses. This means that RBS now globally have to regain their name as a loyal brand that their customers can rely on. Also, Andy Turnbeck from RBS said that the UK is well ahead of the rest of the world in terms of technology right now. This is a weakness when thinking about globalisation, as everything is now going technological or online. And if we are ahead already, they have to think about whether it's worth the risk and it will take them off or the investment will be lost.
What opportunities do RBS have when they go global?
Brian Turpin, who is head of RBS Corporate and Institutional, recently claimed that they are working with UKTI on a Meet the Expert series in Asia, where they consulate people to help businesses expand over there. They have good contacts already if they are helping other companies follow in their footsteps.
And threats in globalisation?
The threat of other companies doing the same thing is extremely high. HSBC already claims themselves to be the world's local bank. This branding and marketing has put them on the map to customers much more than RBS ever has.
Thank you for that.
I also interviewed Damien, the political advisor for RBS.
Here we have Damien to talk about the political, economic, social, technological aspects of globalisation in RBS. What political factors is the company facing?
85% of the controlling share is held by Treasury, managed and held by Financial Investments Ltd of UK. The regulation process of removing, reducing or simplifying government control on individuals and business only to encourage the efficient performance in the markets. According to Porter's theory, government's role is to reinforce factors, not to generate competitive advantage. Support the UK taxpayers. Treasury would impart around £37 billion of new capital to prevent financial sector from collapsing. Government should stand as a financial guarantee for the banks to help them out from the event.
And economical?
Pressure from the nation towards activities based on reducing GNP growth, demand for credit, decreasing in consumer confidence, and reducing in revenue sourced from interest rate spreads. Large and small businesses are believed to be potential opportunities for RBS loans for unemployed workers attempting to start their own business. RBS plays major role in providing finance to other sectors of the economy, which in turn achieves economic growth. Inflation rate, RBA Royal Bank of Scotland bond that promises to pay 3.9% of the rate of inflation, whichever is greater. Interest rate hedging helps protect your borrowing from the risk of fluctuation in interest rates.
And going global for RBS can have a lot of social impacts, can't it?
The social factors for RBS are very varied, as they have such a wide variety of customers, 24 million in the UK alone and 30 million worldwide. They have tried to facilitate this by having 700 UK branches so that customers are well catered for wherever they live. RBS also open new branches based on consumer demand. RBS is split into 4 main groups: personal banking, private banking, business banking, and corporate banking. This ensures that there is suitable banking service for everyone. RBS are linked with insurers Direct Line and Churchill as an add-on product and service for their customers.
And as we all know, and we spoke about Alan before, the whole world is going technological and everything now is online.
Yes, the technological factors for RBS are extremely important, as these days people favor online banking more than high street or telephone banking. They have a comprehensive website where customers can log on and manage all of their accounts as well as make payments and transfers. RBS also offers a mobile banking text alert to help customers manage their spending, a service that a lot of banks have started to offer post-recession. RBS also have a smartphone app, Vida, for today's millions of smartphone users.
And if you had to choose a framework from the CVF that fits into RBS, what would you choose and why?
I would choose the rational goal model because RBS is heading towards their own goals and doing whatever they can do to achieve it. If you look at the CVF model, rational goal model fits perfectly for RBS.